Hello and welcome back to the Man Cave. I'm the UP Gamer and today we're going to play some more Kingdom of Heroes Tactics War. And today we are going to talk about 4 stars that you should be building. Before that, I wanted to thank everyone that's been subbing to the channel. I really appreciate it. Our subs have grown like 50 in the last 30 days, so I really appreciate that, everybody. It's awesome. Thank you so very much. Yeah, it's great for us. I love it. You know, we're growing. We still got a long way to go, but I appreciate everybody. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Thanks for watching the videos. It's great. It's great. I do stream on Twitch. I don't have a solid schedule yet. I have something big happen in my life, so I'm kind of taking care of that first, and then we'll get more into streaming. But yeah, go ahead and smash that like button, and then let's talk about some 4 stars that you should be building. The first one that we're going to start off with, I've talked about in a previous video, and it is Muspel. You can farm with Muspel. Muspel is great, and the reason why he's great is because of this. Attacks enemies with a target area with powerful flames, increased crit damage by 10%, and this skill's damage increases when you have more active buffs. So if he's buffed, he'll do more damage. That's great. So he nukes really hard with that. But this is what makes him a great farmer. It is called Mind Focus. Focuses to collect energy, resetting Inferno's cooldown. Additionally, your attack is increased for 1 turn and you gain an action opportunity. So you use this, it gives him attack buff, and it resets this so you can nuke really hard. So it's a great way to buff him, resets that skill, and then immediately you can use it again because he gets an active or an opportunity attack, or whatever you want to call it, an increased opportunity, an additional turn basically. So he's great. He can farm. I've gone over him before. We're not going to spend much time on him. Another 4-star that is fantastic is this lady, Thea. Why she's so great? Her skills all fit together very well. Don't worry so much about her leader ability, but the rest of them are fantastic. What does she do? With skill 1, she's going to attack an enemy, but she puts continuous damage on herself for 4 turns. Now that seems very strange. The reason it's 4 turns is because you can attack an enemy 3 times, and then you'll have 2 stacks of toxin, 3 stacks of toxin, and 4 stacks of toxin. And then, with ability 2, you can move it to the enemy. Attacks enemies within a target area by spraying toxins. Additionally, transfers all of your debuffs to enemies hit. This skill's damage increases when you have more active debuffs. The damage it does is not important. Transferring all the debuffs on her to the target enemy is why you want to build her. This is great. I haven't unlocked this yet. I'm just in the codex, so this isn't my Thea. I have a Thea built, but I don't have her awakened yet. But what this does is she recovers 5% of her max hit points at the start of each turn. So what does that mean? When you're putting all these toxins on her, well, she's going to gain back at least some of the damage that she's taking just from this passive. So that goes with that goes with that, and she's just fantastic. She is like the queen of TOA. She's great at it. Use her there. She will help you out immensely. Another monster that is great for TOA is Lucifer, 4-star. And why do you want Lucifer? Well, there's a couple different reasons why you want him. But basically it's this. Once you awaken him, successful hits by Lucifer inflict continuous damage on enemies hit for 1 turn. So that means every time you hit any creature with any of his abilities, he's going to put continuous damage on them. So that makes him really good for 2A. He has other things that are very useful also. Successful hits have a 60% chance to increase the glancing rate of enemies hit, and that's in target area. That's also great for 2A because stuff hits so hard there. If they have glancing, and it goes up to 70% chance. You can get it down to 4 turns, but it's an AoE. It can put glancing on everything that he hits, and when they hit him, they're not going to do crit hits because they have, increased glance rates. So that's very effective. Also, when you have this unlocked, this will still put on continuous damage. This ability is awesome for certain levels of TOA. Certain mobs in TOA are like archers, so they can only hit. They're only range attackers, so they can only hit from 2 squares away. Well, this one kicks a target enemy, and it pushes them back one tile. And there's a 55% chance, and it goes up to 70% chance to stun the target. So he can kick them back, like, say, into a corner. Then you can surround that mob, and if you're within 1 square of them and they're against the outer wall of the hex map, they can't even hit you. They just stand there each turn. Plus, he has a chance to stun. Also, it will give continuous damage. So that's very effective. And then this one, stabs enemies within a target area. Successful hits have a 30% chance to reduce the speed. And this skill's damage increases when the enemy hit has more active debuffs. So if it has a bunch of debuffs, it'll do more damage. But what we really like about him, it reduces speed, and it has that continuous damage, and it is also an AoE. So he's very, very effective for TOA also. So he is another 4-star. If you have him, build him. Moving on. Who is the next one? If you get Apollon, or Apollon, or whatever you want to call him, he is very good to build also. He has a dungeon battle speed of 24%, which is nice. That's very good. This is the reason you want to build him. Increase the crit rate and attack of all allies within the target area for 2 turns. That's good. But once you level or skill it up once, this goes up to 3 turns. If an ally within the skill cast area has an active debuff, you remove the debuff. So he cleanses your team, gives them crit rate and attack buffs, and it's 3 turns after you skill him up once. And then, successfully removing debuffs from an ally will grant that ally with increased speed for 1 turn. So, crit rate, attack, increased speed, and removes a debuff. So that's pretty epic. That's pretty huge. So that makes him very effective. He also, he hits very hard. That one has increased crit damage by 20%. The skill's damage increases when the enemy has greater hit points remaining. Every successful kill with this reduces the cooldown of Dawn Arrow by 1. So if you kill something, the skill is turned down to 2. And if you skill it up, it actually resets it down to 1. So you'll be able to use it in the next turn. And then this skill's damage increases when you have greater speed, so you're going to want to put a lot of speed on him. And successful crit hits reduce the action gauge of enemies hit by 10% and recovers his action gauge by 10%. So build him with crit, build him with speed, and put a bunch of buffs on your guys and remove debuffs from them. So he is very, very effective. I would definitely highly suggest you build him. Moving on, the next one. Freya. Everybody gets her. Build her. She has continuous damage. She has invincibility. She has AoE. And she increases, if she crits, she increases the mobility of everybody. I'm not going to go over her super in depth. Everybody gets her. Build her at least up to 60. She will help you out a lot in TOA. And her leader skill is great for early game. I would build her most certainly. The last one that I want to go over is a healer. And the healer is Rhea. She is good. Her leader skill is not great. I mean, it's okay in dungeons if you don't have anything else to go with. She'll increase everybody's hit points by 20% or 26% in the dungeon battle. That's very good. but really your honor for the rest of her skills. So once you awaken her, grants debuff immunity and a shield of 30% of max hit points to the target ally for 2 turns. So she does a great big shield, which is great. Recovers 30% of target allies' hit points. If the target's hit points was below 30%, you recover an additional 20% of their hit points and grants them with increased defense for 1 turn. So if you're at 50% and she heals you, you get 30% back. If you're at 29%, instead of getting 30% back, you get 50% back. So very, very strong heal. And then if you're below 30%, you also get defense buff for 1 turn, which is very nice. And also, she can shield you. And this one, successful hits have a 70% chance, and that goes up to 80, 90, 100% chance to grant increased mobility to the ally with the lowest HP. So if you have a guy that's got very low HP, she takes her turn, she grants you increased mobility so that character can run away, and then on her next turn, she can heal him, and then he can get back in the fight. So she's very, very effective. All of these 4 stars, guys, if you have them, build them. They are really fantastic. They will really help you out. Most of them can be used in TOA. Most of them can be used in Fafnir 11. As far as Fafnir 11, Thea, you can use there. You can use Freya there. You can use Lucifer there. Continuous damage. Even Apollon with all his buffs, you can do it there. Excuse me. All right, guys, I just wanted to go over some 4 stars for you. That is going to be the end of this video. Please remember to click like and subscribe. And if you haven't checked me out on Twitch yet, there's a link down below. Go ahead and do that. I would appreciate it. I will be streaming soon. Thanks for stopping by. I will catch you guys in the next video.